Hi everybody, I'm Spanish Mermaid and welcome to my cooking channel, Cooking with Spanish Mermaid. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a delicious Persian love cake with its exotic flavors of cardamom, saffron, and rose water. And it looks like this. Stay tuned. So for this delicious Persian love cake, it does require a good couple of ingredients, as you can see, but don't feel overwhelmed. I will walk you through step by step, and it just comes together, I promise. So first, let's start with the syrup. You will need honey, rose water, pistachios, you're going to need saffron, and orange juice. Moving on, we're going to talk about the cake batter itself. You're going to need sugar, eggs, saffron. You're going to need some rose water. This is room temperature cubed butter. This is ground cardamom. This is baking powder. This is a dash of salt, olive oil, almond flour, sliced almonds, all-purpose flour, semolina flour, and you're going to need some Greek yogurt. For the last part of the cake, we're going to do a lemon glaze. And for that, you'll need some freshly squeezed lemons. And you're going to need icing sugar, and you're going to need lemon extract. This is optional. I just like it to be a little bit extra zesty. So the first step is the butter. Let's get this butter in here. Okay. And we're going to add the olive oil. And you're going to want to whisk this first. For a second, we're going to get the sugar. Incorporate the eggs, and we're going to do this one by one. We're going to add the Greek yogurt. And we're going to add the ground cardamom and the rose water. Take our flours, and we need to sift each flour. So first we're going to start with the almond flour. Take the all-purpose flour, sift that. We're going to take the semolina flour. the baking powder. And you're gonna go like that on top. The dash of salt. There you go. And we're gonna add the almonds, the sliced ones. And you know what? I think for this, we're going to use the spatula. I don't think we need this anymore. Our cake batter is done. So now that we have our batter done, it's very fragrant and it smells amazing. I have taken the liberty of taking my heart pan, but you can use an 8-inch pan, you can use a square pan, but given the occasion that it's Valentine's Day, I decided to use my heart pan. And now we're going to take it to the oven, which I have preheated at 350, and we're good to go. And we're going to put it in for about 35 minutes. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, so while your cake is cooking for 35 minutes in the oven, we can work on the honey syrup. So for this, we're going to take our honey and we're going to put it in this little bowl that I have. All right. All right, and there we go. All right, set this aside. Honey was pretty yummy. Now we're going to add the orange juice. We're going to need to bring these two ingredients to a boil. So that's why I have it on high. It's going to take a few minutes. And you can stir it. Let it simmer on low. And when we do this, we're going to add the rose water. And we're going to add the saffron. Let this simmer for 5 minutes. Been simmering for about 5 minutes. It smells phenomenal. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn this off. And I'm going to set it aside. And at this point, I'm going to add the delicious pistachios. Now you can have them sliced, but I like them whole. It's up to you. And this needs to be completely cooled down. Alright guys, so now that your cake is completely cooled down, now you have to poke holes all over the cake. I already started but essentially you're just going to be going around and doing this. And we're going to take our delicious syrup that we prepared earlier and we're going to put it all over the cake. After that, we're going to put it in the fridge overnight. So now this delicious cake has rested overnight in the fridge and this is what it should look like. Absolutely beautiful and fragrant, moist and spongy. Absolutely delicious. I do want to tell you though that when I took it out of the pan, I did have to use 2 plates. One to take it out and then I took another plate and then flipped it back so it can go on this side. Just caution around that. And now is the last part. We're going to do our delicious lemon glaze. To make the glaze, I've just taken 2 lemons and I'm going to cut them and I'm going to squeeze them into my bowl that has icing sugar. Now what I'm going to do to make it thicker, I'm actually going to add a little bit more of icing sugar. Alright guys, so I decided to add a little bit more icing sugar because I want the drizzle to be fabulous on this cake. So I'm going to take another lemon. I'm going to squeeze it in, but I want to show you the texture that I have going right now. So it looks like this. It's a little bit thick, so I'm just going to pour a little bit of lemon, and I'm going to just sort of eye this, and I'm going to mix because I don't want to overdo it. It just needs to be a little bit runnier. So you can see it's still a little thick, so we're going to add a little more squeeze. So 1, 2, 3, that's it. This is a lot better. I just want to make sure you guys see the consistency. And your glaze should look like this. A little bit runny, thick white color, and a little bit of a runny consistency. Now, this is preference, of course, but I do like to add 1 drop, literally, of lemon extract just to make it a little bit extra zesty. And there we go. And now we're ready to pour this on top of the cake. All right, guys, here we go. The last step to this delicious Persian cake, aka Valentine's Day cake. We're going to take our homemade lemon glaze and just drip that through. Alright guys, so after glazing the cake, the last part is to throw some flowers on top. Traditionally it is roses, or you can do some beautiful flowers. And I've picked some beautiful flowers to just sprinkle on top. And here I go. And voila! Here is the beautiful Persian love cake a la Spanish mermaid style. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as we did. And don't forget to subscribe and to check me out on Instagram as well at Spanish_mermaid. Thanks guys. Until next time.